Bye-bye. Would you? Thank you, Mr. Paul. We're here for a good time. Thank you, sir, for joining. In our usual way, we like to welcome our guests. So, we'll play your song. Are you all feeling us tonight, please? We have another great icon in tonight, so please feel free and get your questions ready. Next one. Oh, wow. We're so excited to have Mr. Paul Dairo in the house tonight. Good evening, sir. Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening.
Good evening, sir.
How you doing?
What? Fine, fine. We're good. I'm fine. And thank you all, everyone, for joining in tonight. It promises to be an interesting session. It's going to be an interactive session as well. And I trust that after tonight, we're going to be blessed. We're going to be inspired. So we bring people to this platform, not just for the fun of it, but for you to get to know the stories, the challenges, how you all started, and you all will be blessed. Like, so you all please invite your friends now. This is the person who sang Motorire. I've had a lot of messages on my phone asking, did you actually sing Motorire? I said, yes, he actually sang Motorire. I know a lot of people will be joining us tonight. So please, in our usual way, can you please introduce yourself? I love my guests to introduce themselves, yes.
Yeah, my name is Paul Dairo. I'm a musician. I'm a Nigerian. My father was a musician as well, one of Nigeria's greatest musicians, Ike Dairo MBE. Um, yeah, basically, I also studied engineering in school. I'm a father, I'm a Christian, and a musician.
All right. So brief. Thank you so much, sir. He doesn't really want to say much, but we have a lot of questions for him, and I know all our guests have questions for him. So in our usual way, please, if you're joining in tonight, please kindly go to his page. In case you're not following, you've got everything to lose. Trust me, you have to follow his page because you're going to be inspired. So I'm going to put his Instagram page there now. It's at Paul Play Dairo. So in case you're not following, you need to go to his Instagram handle now and then follow him. Okay, so Mr. Paul, so can you really tell us, so how did the journey into the music industry, how did it start? We know that Daddy was into the music industry, so is this something you've always wanted to do as a child?
Well, I will just say that my father did not really he didn't want us to actually do something that is in that instant time. He was at the time. He was always So basically, I really didn't intend to do anything. I didn't want to be a musician at first, but my late brother was the one that actually inspired me and encouraged me to start, recording music with him. Um, he was a multi-instrumentalist. He had a band that he used to perform with. Sometimes he goes out with my dad for concerts. But so that was where actually I got I got that interest, in trying to join him. And we started a group back then called Low Grave, which was an R&B group, and we used to perform at Night Shift nightclub. I think, yeah, I owe all that to him because he's actually the one that actually, inspired me and encouraged me to go into music. But with my dad, it was much more like, he got to know about it later, but he didn't actually, stress any of his children to go into music.
I'm sure I can hear him. I'm not sure about others. Okay. That's fine. Don't worry. You can carry on, sir.
Yeah, so my journey into the music business, I actually started recording at the age of 16. I recorded my first song, at the age of 16. But what I got was not really, I wasn't impressed with the production. So I told myself that I really need to learn how to play an instrument. So, and the one that actually, got my attention was the keyboards. And so I got this book called Piano Tutor, and I started learning, how to play the keyboards, how to play the piano, some progressions that I actually pick from here and there. And from there, I had to, I started working as a producer alongside the guy that produced my first song. His name is MacIver, and from there I started working with other artists who actually, you know, working on and actually hustling to be an artist back then. So from there, I started working with people like Tunde Ajijedidu. I'm not sure that name rings a bell right now, but a lot of Nigerians who are actually in the game would know Ajijedidu. His father was a renowned broadcaster. So from there, I started doing jingles with Tunde Ajijedidu, and I started producing my own jingles for advertising agencies. I work with a lot of advertising agencies in Nigeria, including Lintas, S1U, Prima Garnet, whole lot of them. Then from there, I started working with artists, but basically I was doing R&B and hip hop music. I wasn't doing anything that I was close to what my father, was doing. So that was like my journey into but I wasn't professionally doing music then, but I was like, taking some time off school, during my free times, weekends, I'm in the studio. Either I'm working with an artist or I'm working with an advertising agency to produce jingles.
Yes. Okay. All right. Wow. Thank you so much, sir, for this.
Yes.
So I'm sure we have a lot of questions for him. People have been asking. Yes, feel free to send in your questions. We've got questions here. Well, kindly drop in your questions and I'll pick them. Okay. So can I ask you now? So when was your first appearance, as a musician? Where?
Professionally?
When? Yeah, professionally. Yes.
Professionally, my first performance was, I think, the University of Lagos.
Oh, wow. Great alcoholics.
It was at Moremi Hall.
Moremi Hall.
Lagos.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, that was actually, it was dramatic because, towards in the middle of the show, fans just, girls just jumped on the stage and started, grabbing at my clothes and stuff. So I was like, wow. So this is how, this music business is. So it's quite an experience for me. It was quite shocking for me. I actually opened my eyes to a whole lot of, the pros and cons of the business.
Yes.
And I knew that at that point in time that it's a kind of business that attracts a lot of women. And so it was surprising at the same time, but it was like an eye opener for me.
Wow, that's nice. That's actually interesting. I think Unilag is known for that. When it comes to a lot of women are there, so not surprised. All right. So now we know that you must have been through a lot of challenges because we see youths of nowadays. Everyone wants to become. They tell me they want to become a celebrity. They want to be known. They want to be famous. And I say, hey, look, it doesn't start like that. You need to get to know people. You need to hear the stories. They have the challenges. They must have passed through one thing or the other. So it'll be nice to hear tonight some of the challenges you actually faced, getting into the music industry and the challenges you're still facing.
Yeah, the journey to stardom is not really an easy one. It's not an easy one. It's you have to try to understand first of all that you have this talent. A few people have to show, commend what you're doing. That what you're doing is actually, you really, maybe you can sing or you can rap or you could be a good actor or something.
Yes.
So that needs to come from people. Then you can now look into yourself and look inwards and now try to develop that talent. And in doing that, you will need a whole lot of, hard work. You need to work very hard. For instance,
yes.
I actually felt was because my dad, I actually got into music because my dad was a musician, so it was easy for me. It wasn't that easy. Paid my dues. Really, I really paid my dues.
Wow.
I really paid my, because I remember when, because my father didn't even know much about my journey into the music thing, because he was like, I sent my boy to school, and that's what I'm expecting is for him to finish school and graduate, start working like just any regular person. But he was surprised at the end of the day that, oh, this boy is actually picking up. He actually got to find out about it from his manager, who's
Oh
he's
wow.
an American. Yeah, so he's an American. So he was one that actually told him that your son is doing music. So have you heard? He was like, he was curious. So he called me and said I should play the music too, because that was those days of cassettes. So he said I should play the song. Oh, then I listened to it, but he found out that that wasn't something that was very close to what he was doing. Because it was R&B track, and it's like, okay, whatever you want to do, just make sure you do it well. And that was the only advice I got from him. Yeah. So for me, you know, if you're in the Dairo family, in Dairo family you have to, it's very easy for you to pick up one instrument or the other, because my father was a CNS pastor, and in church it's just only by default you should be a drummer. So every one of us, my cousins, my half brothers,
Yes.
everybody, was practically every male in the family could play drums, the akuba drums. So it was only
Wow.
natural that I play drums. So that aspect of the, so once in a while, my father goes out for studio recordings. He would just tap me on the shoulder and say, just come with me, come to the studio with me, and let's record. Now, getting into the music industry itself, he wasn't really, he didn't participate in any of that. It was just like, well, you should have your education, and that's what I care about. The music thing, if you want to do it, fine. So I recorded Mosheri
Yes.
3 years before it was released, and it was after my father died. My father died in 1996. Um, in 1997, pretty much we were on our own, and everybody was just trying to complete, bits
Yes.
and pieces of lives, as children of, when the family, when your father goes, it's like, well, what's going to happen to
Yes.
me?
So
So
everybody,
you find
yes.
out up your bills by yourself and all that. So that really paid off, because I was already, known amongst young, musicians in Nigeria. In Lagos, especially, I was producing a lot of young cats in Lagos. I was doing stuff for them, and I was working with advertising agencies. Um, and I felt that, look, one of my friends, in the process, just told me that I should do something about my father's music. Maybe I should do a remake of one of my father's music. I said, well, I wasn't really interested in that. So I was okay. I'll give it a thought. I'll just, I'll give it a thought. I'll just, maybe. So I went home that day, and I was in my room, and I was just thinking about a song that actually pick up. So Moshere now came up as one of the songs that, that I really showed so much interest in, and I really liked, because um, it's like you having a kind of, one-on-one conversation with God. You understand?
Yes.
So yeah, that you're about to go on a journey, and you're about to go on a, you you're going on a journey that you don't understand. It's like, okay, I'm on a new path, but I really need God to help me to, to
To
walk
help.
through it, successful in whatever I want to do. So that song now came to mind as a song that I needed to pick up. So I started writing it, because I really needed to write it differently from what my dad did. So I
Yes.
now had to start working on the lyric, because if you listen to my dad's version, it's totally different from my own version.
Totally different. Yes.
Yes. So I'm like, okay, what? So if I want to do this song, how am I going to go about doing it? I really don't know how to play a podium. I don't know how to play. I don't have a band. And so I didn't know how to bring everything all together into that, studio production, that use a software to do it. So, but in such a way that it will appeal to the young fans. So, but I recorded maybe 3 years before I got a nod to release it. I got a record deal. And when I recorded it, I played it for one of my father's friends who listened to it and was like, this is not good enough, Paul. You didn't do a very good job. Wow. I was depressed. So yeah, so well, I wasn't really sure that his I wasn't sure that his criticism was okay because I really liked the song. And I took it to one of another friend of his, who was the manager of MCSN back then, Mr. Mayo Aguilaro. I took the song to him. He's like, well, it's okay, but you know that part that had was like, who was that? Yes, like who was that person that was trying to? Was that person in the toilet when he was singing that? So I was kind of depressed. So I felt, look, let me just chill and try and. But I was discouraged, and I left the song. I put that song, somewhere because I had so many CDs. Producer and stuff, so I just dumped it somewhere and forgot about it. And I remember those days that I was a member of my late brother's band, and we used to go to night shift, but all we do was play R&B songs. And the crowd, at the end of the song, there's always scattered applause, and it was as if nothing was going to happen. And about 2 years later, I joined a group in Abuja called Pure Heart Impression. And, Pure Heart Impression was actually, like young boys and girls in universities and polytechnics that came together to, minister, spread the word, the gospel through music. And we're going from Abuja to Jos and so many other places. So I used to actually move from Lagos to Abuja whenever we have any concert or we have any ministration in any church. So I did that one for like 2 years. And basically I had another group in Lagos, which was a secular group. Yes. I had Slam with me. Slam was with me. Wave was with me. The name of the group was Oxygen and Tony Tenero, the guy that did Edeka Dupelo. Yes. Yeah. We were together and we were still trying. We had an executive producer who was really interested in putting us, helping us to get the deal. I went through that for a while as well until I recorded an album with Pure Heart Impression, and the sponsor, like an uncle to me, he wanted some promotions, on the album, and he asked that I should take the songs to Lagos to meet, Ken Ogumbe, because AIT and Ray Power was like, the best, they can ever think of when it comes to promotion. So I had to, make that effort to see him and to discuss the promotion and marketing with him. So when I got there, fortunately I had with me, as a producer, I pack all my CDs with me. So I don't know when I would need any of them, because then that was the era of CDs. So I always have this big, backpack that I put all my stuff in there. Yes. So when I saw him, even before that, I had done the song for AIT, like AIT Jams, which Kenny Ogumbe liked, and I already produced Tony Tetfila. I did Tony Tetfila's first album, all the tracks. I produced all the tracks. Wow, yeah. And that album had the likes of Two-Face, Blackface, the Plantation Boys. Yes. Yeah, we had Rough, Rugged and Raw, which was a group I signed later. Tony Tetfila was. Azados was on there. It was like, it was like the introduction of the new artist that actually took the Nigerian music scene by storm at that point in time. So when I saw Kenny Ogumbe, he was like, wow, the album is okay, but he now asked me if I had anything on me that's not like, what are you doing about your own stuff? Don't you have your own music? So I said, well, I think I have something in that CD that was rejected like 3 years ago. So I said, I have one song here, but I'm not really sure that you like it. So well, let me listen to it. I think let me just listen. So he took it off me. And in the radio station, you have songs that are going on live, and you have the equipments that are going on live.
Yes.
And then you have another set of playback equipment that you need to actually listen to, check the song before you actually put it on there. So you went there and up, slotted the CD and was listened to it for a while. And it was when it was actually nodding, I was like bopping and doing that. I'm like, it's like this guy likes this thing. So, yeah, so now it took it out. I was like, took off the headphone. I was like, this is very good, Paul. This is very good. Then the next thing he did, he just took out the CD and slotted it on air, on the machine that plays on air. I said, ladies and gentlemen, pull the pulled the mic and said, "This is Paul IK Dairo." So he was actually the one that gave me that Paul IK Dairo. I wanted to be Paul Play. So I was like, okay. Introducing Paul IK Dairo. This song is Moshiri. From there, that was how the song became a national anthem. From there, everything was just going on. Everything was going bigger. But before then, I had gone to Sony Music. I'd taken the song to Sony Music. Sony Music didn't like it. They didn't show any interest. Instead, they were asking for my father's stuff. Your father's music now. Why don't you bring it to us? We like his music. But they were not actually interested in what I was doing. And eventually, Kenny's Music now signed me as an artist. And that was how
the whole story changed. Yes. Yeah. Oh, wow. I love the fact that you said it's become a national anthem, because I tell you, even till date, people have been singing, and I'm so excited. Like, when people heard the song, they said, oh, wow, what should we, I mean, I'm not sure you're seeing most of the comments, and they're even writing, the wordings there now, Moshiri, and I know some of us will want him to sing, but don't worry, till the end, just stay tuned, So you've heard it all, how it all started, the music, I think it's echoing. I'm not sure if it's on my side. So you've heard it all from Mr. Paul tonight. It's been an interesting story, and Moshiri Ray will always be here. And I can tell you all, yes, it's just like when you go to parties, then you just hear Moshiri, and then you just want to dance. And then I'm sorry, you actually have another one, So what actually inspired you to write that particular song? Because I love that song.
Bimo Limo is also my father's old work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I just did a remix and actually made it more danceable, and for the young musicians and young fans. That's what I did, and I was so fortunate that people embraced it as well.
Wow. Yes, I love that song. I'm not sure most people actually know that he actually sang that song. And then, there's another one again. In case you don't know who Mr. Paul Dairo is, this is a great icon in front of us tonight. So we do not take it for granted. And I feel so honored, so blessed to have him tonight. So now, in your I'm going to ask another question now. So who are the people you actually admire in the music industry, or who are the people that really, really inspired you? I know that you'll say your dad, obviously, but who are the people that that really inspired you aside your dad?
I would say Sonia Day. I would say King Sonia Day. I would say Chief Ebenezer Obey, Fela Kuti, my uncle Orlando Julius. So many other. Every musician that actually reigned in the 60s, 70s had a bit of something that I know I really picked from, and I was inspired by their music. Internationally, I was into Lionel Richie, Stevie Wonder, R. Kelly. R. Kelly was my best. Like, I have so many people actually, so many great musicians that actually, that inspired my my interest in the
Interest
music
in the
business.
music. Yes, oh, that's nice. So people are actually typing in there. I can see their comments. He must sing. Okay, no worries, Mr. Paul Dairo. They said you must sing. We told we know that he's gonna sing, but we still have few questions, before he sings. So please feel free to send in your questions, and he's really going to address everything now. So with this pandemic, Mr. Paul Dairo, can you please actually tell us how you've been able to like reinvent yourself with the pandemic, or how have you been able to like keep your fans going?
Yeah, I had a plan with my management at the beginning of the year to. We were actually working on an EP. So I think March we released the one Angel of My Life we made with Ron Town.
Yes.
After that, we did Kolo with Nonso Amadi.
Yes.
And so at the point where the pandemic started, we had a little bit of problem with shooting the video and all that. So, but all the way we just tried to use the platform to try to promote the song, and the streaming was very encouraging.
Yes.
So we were able to engage a lot of fans through that. Kolo became well known.
Yes.
People fans actually show their interest in both recordings. So far so good. The pandemic didn't really have so much impact as far as releasing songs or
Wow.
having is and streaming online is concerned.
Oh, wow.
But when it's about stage performances, appearances, and all that, you know, that
Yes.
that yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, so from in your own opinion now, or from your personal experiences now, so what actually makes a good band?
A good band or a good artist.
Because you have a band. Do you have a band? Okay, let's take it
I have
from
a
there.
band, yes.
Okay, yes, yes. So because I know you have a band, so what actually makes a good band? What were the things like? You looked
Every
into.
member of the band must be top notch.
Wow.
They must understand. They must have that skill set to be able to, and to work with other artists, to work with other musicians. Then there's this kind of synergy amongst, the musicians. On the other, with me, my band is very flexible because we play from high life music to R&B to hip hop. So imagine if you have to switch from genres,
Yes.
from this genre to this genre, then to that genre. But for me, basically, bands really need to rehearse together for a very long time so that they can understand themselves. So that whenever they go out, it will, all their efforts will be seamless. So for a band to be perfect, you have to do a whole lot of rehearsals every week.
Wow.
Then understanding the artist, then understanding the performance, and making sure that your audience is not bored, because some bands just come to the stage and they leave everything to the lead singer.
Yes.
But it's not really that. When you see the performance and the happiness in their faces,
Yes.
the engagement faces, the guitarist actually doing something.
Yes.
And I saw a video recently about an old artist in America, and I saw the way the band was actually, the band boys were going up and down. Everything was so exciting. I'm like, wow, like I would love my band to do this kind of thing. So it's something that you go on and learn over and over again. But the major thing is that they need to rehearse.
Rehearse, okay. So I hope you all are getting a lot of tips tonight, and for all your questions, I hope he's been able to answer most of the questions. Now, we have another question for you, Mr. Paul. Is there any relationship between the veterans and the upcoming artists? Do you think there's any relationship?
I have always been that person that advocates for helping upcoming artists to actually achieve their dreams. If you actually a true fan of Paul Play, from the first album, I had a whole lot of unknowns on my album. I had Six Soul, I had a guy called Tokumbo, um, Crazy Kid. I had Shola. I had a whole lot of them because I just, when I know that they are very good, I just say, oh, why didn't you come for my album? Why didn't you do this? Because I respect their talent and I want the whole world to see them. So I've always been an advocate of promoting upcoming artists. Even right now, I'm working on a project to start mentoring upcoming musicians, upcoming artists, because we believe that Nigeria is always a place where people believe that once you, if you like you stumble on success, and you now see that that is actually the format. That's the way to go about it. Nigeria is more like a cut corners kind of country where whatever mistake, anyhow, just get there. But when you don't know the principle of how you got there, if you know or study or know the process to actually get into that point where you be seen and regarded as a successful artist, then if you stumbled on success, you will never know. If you go back and drop, if you go back to that lowest ebb in your career, you will not know how to go back again because you stumbled on it in the first place. So I think that will help a whole lot of them. So the relationship between veteran and upcoming artist is a must. We must, do more of that. And I know that most of the artists that are A-list today, I think some of them are doing that. Some of them, we need to encourage more of them to also help, the upcoming ones.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Paul. You guys, I hope we've been able to inspire you tonight. Don't be surprised if you see M1, play with Mr. Paul very soon. All right, just joking. All right, okay. So how do you actually handle criticisms? I'm sure you face lots of criticisms. So how do you handle, or have you been able to handle them?
Well, very early in my career, I think it was 2002, 2003. I had a lot of, I think there was a press people, like back then, pressmen were really horrible in Nigeria. They just look for something to cause problems, to cause a controversy. So the controversy back then was that Paul Dairo cannot play anything other than his father's music. Without his father's music, so for me, I handle, it hurts when people say stuff like that. I've seen so many publications that were really, really, really disturbing, and I was really gutted about them. But I always go, this is me, it's my own opinion. I always pray about it and tell God about it, that God, I'm facing this problem. You need to help, me to overcome them. So I try as much as possible not to be emotional with what kind of, the kind of things I get from people. You have a lot of trolls on internet, you have trolls, on stage. People say a lot of nasty things to you. But, one has to be very, very, careful, in responding to such things. So what I do is I respond with my music. So when that situation occurred, what I did was, okay, if you guys say that my music is all about my father, I only play my father's music. Now I am going to record a full R&B album. I'm not even going to say Yoruba word so that you will not think that it's my father, that I actually paid for my father. I'm not even going to speak pidgin in that old album. But to everyone's surprise, even the critics and the press people who were after me, everybody had to just shut up. You just had to they did firm because that album became another, changed the game again in the Nigerian music industry, because every critic in the music business now will see his Bill album as a game changer. So with my critics, I always, sometimes, your critics actually pick up your weaknesses and they say things that, they say things that probably you're not seeing. So I tend to listen to more to my critics than people who are very close to me, because some people are yes men. They just say, oh, it's good, oh, it's nice.
Wow.
Oh, you're doing great. They wouldn't know how to, they don't have that,
Wow.
You just want to be diplomatic about everything. So your critics or your enemies say things that about your weaknesses. So if you find out this thing is actually true, so you work on it and change it. So I don't take criticism really badly. I just try and check myself. I look back, look inwards and see, what is this thing all about? Is this thing true about me? So maybe I need to change it. So what I did was, okay, if you guys think that my father's music is what I do, then his Bill album, this is the answer to say that, well, that's not all that I am. So
wow.
that's it.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. Well, I think I've learned something. And but most people on this call tonight have learned one or two things. I've actually picked a lot of things tonight. Wow, that is actually interesting. Thank you so much, sir. So now people have been bombarding me like he needs to sing. Okay, we'll take a break now. We'll leave it for Mr. Paul to sing. I don't know. I'm sure he's motivated. They want him to sing. Okay, I've listened to your. Oh, so okay. Someone said something now. I know a lot of people have been saying that. Good to see you live, sir. I've listened to your songs, but don't know it's you. Okay, yeah, I know because I had a lot of messages come on my phone saying, they never knew he was the one. But you're seeing him live now, so this is a great legend. Now you're seeing right in front of you, free of charge. You're not paying for it. So, Mr. Paul, do you want to do us the honors of Moshiri? I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I will sing. Where do I start from now? Okay. Ọlọ́run àgbáyé, Ọlọ́run àgbáyé, Ọlọ́run àgbáyé, Ọlọ́run àgbáyé. Ìwọ nìkan ní ìgbẹ́kẹ̀lé mi. Bàbá Olúwa, ọmọdé bá dúpẹ́ oore àná sẹ́, àárín òmíràn gbà. Kò sẹ́ni tó lè ṣe é bí kì í ṣe wò. Bí mo bá jí lówùúrọ̀ kùtùkùtù máa dorí mi mú. Bàbá mo ṣoríire o, ẹlẹ́dàá mi mo dúpẹ́ o.
Wow. Forever a banger. We say that. All right. I know a lot of comments, and Mr. Paul is actually seeing them. And then the final one, someone has requested they want you to sing "Angel of My Life." I love "Angel of My Life." Maybe even if it's 2 lines, we just need to hear that before we go on to the next question.
I actually put that on my page. So with my cousin TJ Dairo.
Okay.
Yeah, so but I'll sing it anyway.
Yes.
Been waiting all my life for the one I love. She's always in my dreams. She's my fantasy. The moment I saw you walking through that door, girl, I knew you're the one. My, oh my, my, oh my. Baby, let me take you to the top. Let my loving fill you up until the morning comes. Every time I see your face, tears of passion can be traced. Will you be my wifey? You and me forever, baby. Like my, oh my, angel of my life.
Wow. Wow. Oh, it's you that sang that song. Someone said, oh, is it you that sang that song? Yes, it's actually. I know a lot of people are so surprised tonight. Like, he actually sang all the songs. Yes, he sang all the songs.
It's possible because people actually, the song gets to people before the face, before the image of the person. So I've heard that a whole lot of time. I get that a lot.
Well, so Mr. Paul, I want to ask now, are you actually thinking of coming to Cambridge in the future? Because most of the people here, some are connecting, UK, Cambridge, US. I know you've been to so many places, but is this something you're actually thinking of, coming to Cambridge?
Yeah, if I'm invited, why not?
Yes, I'm inviting you now.
I'm invited, I'll come over.
Okay, yeah. So you're hearing it now. Definitely, trust me, we're really going to work towards that, to have Mr. Paul Dairo live. This is not virtual. He's going to be live in UK after the pandemic, by God's grace. There's nothing impossible. So you guys, it's not for free. And please, for those joining us tonight, his handle is actually there. That's at Paul Play Dairo. Kindly go to his Instagram page. That's how you can support and follow people. Please just follow him, and then you'll just be amazed. He's really, really going to bless you. Every morning, I think he drops one video. I just look at it, I just smile, and that makes my day. So that's how you can actually support people as well. And I really want Mr. Paul to tell us where they can listen to most of your songs, Spotify and all that. Please kindly tell us.
On all platforms, on all streaming platforms, download platforms, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify. You get to listen to Paul Play. All platforms, you get it there.
Okay, so please, piracy is not an option, you guys. So I don't support piracy. So please, I don't support it. So please, that's how they make money. If they're blessing us, you need to bless them as well. So please take this into consideration. I hope everyone has been blessed tonight. I need you to give words of advice to the young generation out there who don't come into the music industry. So what kind of advice do you want to give to them, or words of encouragement?
Yeah, that is why when we were actually having this conversation, yes, I spoke about mentoring, masterclass, yes, and mentoring and all that. Music has really changed from the time that we started. So like a one-liner advice will not really do so much justice to right now. But what I would say, in a sentence is, first of all, you need to understand. You need to be sure that you're talented. Then you work very hard. Then you pray hard. Because with all those things, recognize your talent, work hard, and pray hard. Okay. Can someone please type that into the comment section? People need to see that. Work hard, recognize your talent, and then pray hard. Someone should put that. So you have to go home with that tonight, because he's really, really been blessing us, and he's still going to keep blessing us. It's a pity that we can't really see his face. I don't know why he's hiding. It's a bit dark though, but it's okay. At least you can. I'm actually in the living room, because every other room in the house is full of people, and I don't want you to be hearing some noises that won't actually work well with the program. So I'm actually in the living room. Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. No worries. Yes. Okay, so work hard, recognize your talent. Yeah, thank you so much. Also, with someone you now, do you always carry your family, to shows? Is this something you really want to encourage your family to go into? Well, I really don't have. I'm not putting my kids under pressure for what they want to be. They can be whatever. Not like those days that our parents will tell you, you must be a doctor, you must be a lawyer. Yeah, so my kids are free to be whatever. Musically, none of them, has actually shown any interest. But I know my daughter, one of my daughters, she writes. She's a writer. And she wants to do film, so which is even close, which is like entertainment, is actually close to music and all that. So yeah, if they want to pick up music tomorrow, I wouldn't object to that. Fine. Well, that's good. So for those who don't know, I know that you've actually won lots of awards that I really want you to tell us a little bit about your awards as well. Oh, well, I can't really get everything. Yeah, I won. I think the young people will understand Headies. They will know Headies. Headies, I did won 4 Headies. Best R&B, best album, best, I won best song of the year. I won Kids Choice Awards. I won an Mnet South Africa best new artist. So many awards like that. Amen Awards. I won 4 Amen Awards. Then I'm sure Amen Awards was a magazine award, which was very popular. Amen was popular then, yes. Amen, yeah, Fame Awards as well. So, as City People, Celebrity, a whole lot of awards. Then I can, I can't get everything. I can't pick everything from off that. Yeah, okay. That's fine. So I just wanted people to know, because I know that I actually put some of them there on Instagram, but people just look at pictures or videos. They don't even read most of the time, and they will still come back Mo, what, can you tell us a little bit? I'm not going to tell you. You're hearing it tonight, and that's why I'm asking most of these questions. I'm surprised that people are not even throwing questions again. I think they're just enjoying the show. We're entertaining. Yeah. Mr. Paul is really, really entertaining
like I said, it's always like an interactive session, and then freestyle, so no pressure or something like that. So there's actually another one. I think you sang Baba Mowa. I think Baba Mowa Dupe or something. Yeah, Baba Mowa Dupe or something. I'm not going to respond. Yes. Can you just remind the audience again, because I know someone is texting me right now that did he actually sing that? Yes, he actually sang that as well.
Baba Moro ninu ayé mi dára o mo wá dúpẹ́. Ayé tí mo wá àtọwọ́ rẹ ni. Ìgbà tí n bá lọ má jẹ́ kó ṣẹ̀yìn rẹ. Baba Moro nínú ayé mi. Ayé mi dára o mo wá dúpẹ́. Ayé mi dára o mo wá dúpẹ́.
Thank you so much, sir. So someone is asking a question, because it's just 1 hour, so we have just like I think 8 more minutes, and we'll be rounding up. So because we like to keep to time, someone is asking the question now. Any new? I need to see. Any new music coming up soon? I think that's a question from the audience. Yeah.
Okay. I have two. I have one with Runtown. I said that before. I have one with Runtown. Yeah. Angel of My Life remake is actually on Apple Music, iTunes, and all the platforms. I have another with Nonso Amadi. I'm sure a lot of young people will know Nonso Amadi. It's titled Polo, and it's really doing very well. Yeah. Both of them are doing very well. Yes. Both songs are doing very well right now. Yes. Then the next, I'm actually working with some artists. I'm working with Kiss Daniel. I'm working with Timaya. Just to do an EP. The EP should be out by November, so expect more from me.
Oh wow! Like seriously, we're looking forward to that. Like seriously. Oh wow! Somebody's asking a question. Will you be remixing any of your old songs? Yes. That's what he just said. He just said that now. You see, you guys, you need to listen, because he just said. Oh wow! Someone said, oh wow! So he just said it now, because he's gonna have a remix of The Angel of My Life as well, because I really love that. He's really going to do a remix of that.
Moshoriri, there's a new version of
Moshoriri. I'm sure it's going to go like God knows, So because even without the remix, trust me, it's still making sense. It's still there anytime, anywhere, after typing. Okay, so please feel free. You have the opportunity to ask some questions now within the next 7 minutes. So if someone wants to like get the mentoring, how can they contact you? It's like emails, or how do they go about it?
Yeah, you can contact me on all my platforms. You can contact me on Facebook at Dairo. Okay. You can contact me on Instagram. On my page, on my Instagram page, there's a line, there's a phone number that you can contact me on. You can go to playgroundworldwide at gmail.com. One word. Playgroundworldwide at gmail.com.
Wow, so you guys are hearing it now. And someone is asking, someone says, please do something with Simi. So it's something people really want to see. Is this something you think is possible?
You need to understand. People call and say, well, do something with this person. I might want to do that, but the artist might not feel the same way. So it's only when that's everybody agrees.
Yes.
My management and the artist management agree to do that. That's when it's actually going to happen. I wish. I wish, but I wish, but we can make that come true. So I will try and contact Simi's management if it's something that they want to do.
Yes.
Simi is a very fantastic musician.
Yes.
By my own, judgment, it's fantastic. So it will be a very good thing.
We'll really love to see that. Yes. Wow. Thank you so much. Please, you guys, keep dropping your thank you. This is a great honor to have Mr. Paul here. I know some people were not able to join tonight, but they will get to watch the replay as well, and they'll be blessed as well. So you've heard it all from the great icon himself, So Mr. Paul, I don't know how to even address him anymore. So, Mr. Paul Play, thank you so
Paul
much.
Play, Paul Play, Paul
I would
Play.
just call him Paul Play. So, thank you so much for honoring us tonight. And then the final, yeah, because I think we have just 1 minute or two. I don't know the Instagram thing, you know. So, what would you say, has the Nigerian environment actually affected your music, your kind of music? Would you say it has really affected it in a positive or negative way?
Well, I think it's more positive than negative. More positive. Nigerian music is actually accepted all over the world now. It's something that I'm really proud of. I get calls from Tanzania, out of France, from South Africa, from Ethiopia, from Finland, from Moscow, from all over the place, China.
Wow. Sorry. Sorry. Yes.
When I check my streaming, logs from BMI, for my for my vendors, I also see stuff like Australia. So it's like the fan base is actually spread. Nigerian music has really come along, and I would say much. It's more positive than negative.
Yes.
Well, the negative side of it is that piracy is still. It's online piracy now, internet piracy. Now, you have a song out there, you put it on Streamline or for streaming. So when someone goes there, buys it, and drops it as a blogger, and people begin to download it. So, what can we do? Well, we just have to just keep to make the money make from the business and just not fight anybody. Because some people in Nigeria really like to fight. They like to fight for they like to own what's not yours.
Yes, that's true. Okay. But I know that tonight, I'm trusting all the people on this call tonight that you guys are not going to be one of them. Please kindly support ask Paul Play Dairo. I'm really going to ask him. I know all the people on this call tonight. I'm really going to be asking him if you guys are following. If you're not following, then that means you don't like M1 as well, because I only bring great people here to inspire you, and it's really taking time out to inspire us tonight, to encourage us, to motivate us, please. So all you can do to give in return is to follow his Instagram handle as well. So thank you all for your support tonight, and thank you so much, Mr. Paul. Paul Clay, we do not take it for granted. Thank you so much for your time. The Lord will honor you. The Lord will continue to bless you, and may your voice be a blessing to many generations in the mighty name of Jesus. We say thank you so much. From M1 Events, we're grateful. We say thank you so much for honoring this platform. So I'm going to be signing out with his song. If you want him to dance, the floor is open, and we call it a night. So let's dance and have fun. Thank you. Everyone is saying thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you all for joining in. Thank you. Everyone is saying thank you. I hope you're seeing the comments. Everyone is saying thank you so much. Woo! Piracy is not an option, please. Classic song of all time. Yes, we can't wait to have the remix. I'll be the first person. Cambridge will hear when. Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm going to release Mr. Paul now. Hoping to see him live in Cambridge by God's grace. Nothing is impossible, I work hard, and I love to support. So definitely it's going to happen. Trust me. We're going to have Mr. Paul here live and direct. So thank you all for joining in. So I'm signing off now. Bye, everyone. See Mr. Paul in Cambridge live. Bye. Bye.